View on watch page. We should be live very soon. Very soon. And we should be live, I think. Skip ad. Yes. Oh, there I am. Ugh. In all my glory. All right. Let's say hi. Heath, how are you? Helen. Helen, are you out there? You can see me, and can you hear me? If you can hear me, then we can kind of get going. Yeah, okay, there we go. So, Helen, if you're out there, a couple things before we really get going. We'll give everybody a chance to pop in here a little bit before I start running everything and getting things going. Oh, maybe Helen isn't here. Way to go, Helen. Well, anyways, oh, you can hear me. Great. Okay. So, very quickly, we are doing Warbear today, and we're going to talk a little bit about this diorama. This is a 3-part thing. Today, the Kickstarter ends. I'm not sure if it ended already. I hope it didn't. But if you want to get any last-minute pledges in or know a little bit about this, she was here earlier. Yeah, she booked. I needed her to do something. But obviously, I will have to call her afterwards. But definitely check out Oathsworn. It is probably one of the best games I'm looking forward to. And I had the pleasure of painting some of these figures, and we're going to be building our diorama next week. Well, not next week, because we are going to... We may skip a week. I'm going to be working on it. It didn't end. Monster? What didn't end? It did end. Oh. Okay, I don't know what that means. But anyways, we are going to... Oh, it did end. Duh. Okay, well, anyways, today's the day it ended. It completely funded. It's going to be glorious. What more can I tell you? Next week, there may be 2 videos. We're starting our next project with these, which is Cthulhu Death May Die, which is a real good one. I'll tell you, as far as painting miniatures, it's the most fun I've had in quite some time. Besides this little diorama, I came up with a story for this, but before we get too far ahead of ourselves, the most important thing is to see how to paint our hero. Okay, our hero that is going to face this incredibly creepy monster. Now, if you didn't see last week, don't look at this guy. I'm actually going to move him off. For those of you that don't like spoilers or anything like that, he is something different. Who was here earlier? You, Helen. Helen, I need you to make a cover for a video I just put up for tomorrow. If you get a chance, please put it up. So anyways, without... Toby says hi. Hello, Toby. I hope all is well. So anyways, without further ado, we're building a diorama, and I figured a story to go with this tree. But we're going to talk about that as we paint this guy and what my vision is and what the next step is, because that's really going to be a lot of fun. So without further ado, what I am going to do is I'm going to put YouTube on right here so I can see all your comments while I'm talking. And then we will be off and running here. For those of you that were waiting for an announcement on Sunday, I am going to do it in December. I'm not going to do it this month. There's a reason for everything, so just bear with me. And I will talk about it at a later date. There I am. There we go. All right, so let's put that down. Let's go up here. Let's go onto my screen here, and let's start talking about this movie that we put together. And I'm going to walk you through how to paint this guy. Oh, look, psychedelic stuff. Okay, there we go. Come on. There we go. Let's make it full screen. And there we go. All right, so none of this is edited. Let's just stop right here for a quick second. As you can see right here, I primed this with a contrast paint, which is going to be part of a video that we're going to be talking about. Dennis, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Helen, how are you? On it. Be back in a minute, folks. Toby, I'm also going to say hi to you, and Heath, and Monster, and anybody else that pops in. I'm going to keep my eye on the chat to make sure we don't miss anybody, because I hate missing anybody. Now, I used a Gray Seer Gray, which is from Games Workshop. So this is about a 23-minute video, so we really want to kind of get through it. The whole point is to get through this. Now, okay, well, now I'm just kind of showing that I actually used right there was some army build. No, it was actually the Argos Dunes contrast paint. I wanted to see how that went on his belt, and it went on okay. But I was able, this is one of those things that I talk about, and let's take a look at that right there. Not all contrast paints work very well. Now, also, I put a very light, I tested his face right there, and I put, actually some new oil over the Gray Seer. I wanted to see how it sat. So there we go. We have some gaps in there, but I do close those up, so forgive them now. KL, how are you? Man, to be watching a paint session and a sculpt at the same time is epic, right? It is very cool. There you go. Now, what I do is I took another contrast paint and I went over this. I just saw this as a blue, since he just really kind of worked for me, being that piece of cloth. I just thought it worked well blue because of the metallic that we're going to be putting in there. And I think I showed it already. I was too busy looking at the chat. Cornelius, how are you? So, there we go. And that's, just taking my time and everything like that. I'm not worried about too much. And I'm definitely not worried about the base. Those, I see these pieces here as metal sculpts. Now, the whole thing here is, it'd be nice if I stayed in screen half the time. I got to get used to some of the angles, but we'll do better as we do more of these. And there you go. I really like that color. We're going to darken that up too, and we're gonna make. I think we make a mistake somewhere in here, but don't worry. Everything's fixable, folks. Everything's fixable. So as you see there, yeah, there we go. Now I put a little Emperor's Pink for his tongue. Oh, Emperor's Children, excuse me. Emperor's Pink. Hey Rob, I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. How are you? I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. So now we're going to take some lead belcher, and yeah, we're gonna hit all this metal work, or this armor metal work, and I see it as him being very heavily armored, because he's just so damn cool. This is my favorite figure. As you can see, I closed up some of those gaps. I closed this one up a little bit later. So just, actually, I don't think I closed that one. Did I? Yeah, a little bit I did. So all we're doing is taking some lead belcher. We're not worried about it. We're just trying to get as much coverage as we can in there. And the idea was, yeah, just get it on there. Get it on there, because we're going to darken that right up, and then we're gonna bring things out, and we're going to give him a very metallic feel, and that's, that war armor of his. And this without a doubt is one of my favorite figures of all of them. And every time I play this game, I will definitely be this creature. I don't care. He will not die. I will see to it personally. And the War Bear is just, you gotta give Toby some everybody over there a lot of credit for the imagination and the absolute passion and beauty that they put together in this. This is just absolutely stunning. Just a stunning creature. And of course I'm painting off camera, but don't mind me. It's just me being me. Hey, Rob, I noticed it like I think halfway through this little bit of a segment here, but don't worry. You'll see exactly what I'm doing. I'm not worried about coverage right now because all I want to do is just hit those areas, and I'm just trying to get a feel for what I want to do. And it becomes a part where you start to kind of just wonder where you want to go with this and how you want to do it. And I'm just taking and I'm just getting coverage right now. I'm using a bigger brush right there, but I'm going to end up moving over to a smaller brush and getting all the detail in there. The whole thing is I didn't want to get too much of his fur or anything like that, so I'm being kind of careful there, except for that one mistake I made right there. And look, I drift right off the camera again. This is a problem that I have at times. There we go. And then finally I look up. Hardest thing you could do is paint and tape at the same time. And I find that sometimes it's better when it's live, because then Helen's yelling at me to get back in camera, and all in caps. Yeah, there we go. And what we're just doing there is, I'm trying to decide, yeah, there we go. So now I switch over to the smaller brush. And I try to do that to cut time. Everything's about time management and how I go about just getting things done quickly. Because I'm constantly moving, constantly thinking what my next move is. A lot of times I'll go into a figure like this and not have a game plan. Sometimes I do. Jedi Jeff, what's up, my brother? Now we're going to take some Ushabi bone, and as you can see, I'm going to hit right in that area there. I want to hit right in between there. And right now, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't look like it makes sense whatsoever. But it all comes together. You just have to trust me on this. And I wanted to get the back of his leggings. As you can see, I got a little bit of that blue on his skin. But don't worry, we go over that. And I got a little bit of Ushabi on there. But now I am just going to cover this guy with some Newell oil. It's really just going to see how it gets in those gaps right there. Hold on, let's see if we can pause this before I go off screen. Yeah, oh come on, get the brush out of the way, Rob. See how that just sits? There we go. Look right in this area. See, that's what we really want the Newell oil to do, is give us the depth. Remember, if we just left that, see over here, if we just left that lead belcher, and you possibly could, just put base colors on here and get away with it. But what a wash does is it gets in those recesses. Now it gives you depth. It gives you that depth that you're looking for. And you can go on from there. Okay, there we go. So, and yeah, we're going to go off camera a little bit. I don't know what it was while I was sitting and doing this. I just, I got the little block there and I just wasn't centered. Now watch, we're going to come underneath. And we're really about, this is not about, I'm not worried here about it pooling or anything like that. And then there we go. All right, here's where we really start doing some of the things that we want to do. You didn't want it to pool here because here you wanted to move it around, especially on his fur. You didn't want it to pool. But look what it did right here. Look at the recesses here, and I think you guys can see my mouse here. I hope I'm gonna have to do a bigger mouse thing or something. I got to remember how to do it. Look what happens here. Do you see how we had that nice undercoat, but now that we put that over that, look what it did. Now all of a sudden it gave us depth in his face, and I think that's just fantastic. And it's one of the things. Now I'm trying not to hit any of that Ushabi bone, and I'm not too worried if I do, because I'm just going to go over it. And look at that. And I'm moving it around at a good pace. Of course, I'm going to go off camera, which is just ticking me. Now, I'm seeing this for the first time that you guys are. I knew I was drifting, but I didn't realize how much I was drifting. Oh, there we go. But at least I try not to go too far. and those stones right there, as you can see, I'm not too worried about it. And you can see where we're just getting in there. Yeah, there we go. I'm moving that around. Any excess that I see start pulling up, especially on the skin, I really want to move it around. Well, thank you, Jedi. That's very nice of you to say. Oh, there we go. Look, he moves his hand down finally and goes, oh, God. How long have I been painting off camera a little bit? See how I just moved that right in there? And I'm being kind of strategic in what I do here. I really want to darken that down because the next thing that I do, and I kind of go over that and I go, well, that belt buckle would be kind of cool if we threw a little over there. And well, let's make sure that we get the fur in there. There we go. Now, it's kind of heavy right in there, right? Right? Okay. We're going to use that. We're going to start moving that around. There we go. And I see, you know, I'm looking at his right foot with that little dot there, and I knew how much it irritated me while I was doing it. Skinny Jeans, how are you? There we go. And we're moving that wash around. Really making sure that wash gets in there. Even though we may be off camera, we are painting. And that's the most important thing. And we're just getting that in there. There we go. See how he's all darkened up? He went from all these bright colors, you know, to something that didn't make sense to now that we decide we're going to go some Agrath Earthshade. Now here's where even though it's wet, I can still go over it because mixing these two washes isn't going to do any damage here. And of course, again, you know, I want to break my hand right there. And, you know, I get very irritated with myself, as you can see. We're completely painting off camera. Let's see how far off camera we are. Do I bring it back a little bit? Okay. Well, anyways.
Hey.
Now you can see that we are doing the back end. And you can see, and I'm going to stop right about here. Yeah, I'm hitting the back end of those straps. You can see where I went right through here and through this section here. You could try making marks on the paint mat. Look, there are mats on the thing. I did frame it. Look. There's a mark here and a mark there and a mark here. And yet I drifted because normally I would have the camera cover a little higher here.
Oh, well, he was in the room the whole time you were gone?
I think you're getting the gist of it. And we will be taking a look at it.
I didn't even hear him come in.
So,
okay.
Again, just being annoyed with myself for how I do things. And we will freeze it when we get... There we go. Okay, so now I can talk about the things that I did. We covered in here with the Agrath Earthshade. We also went in here, and we covered in here. And then you could see I hit his straps, the strap here, and then we came in through here. See, so we can always get something out of this video, even though. All right, so there we go. And look at the depth that we get with that wash. Now, do you see how it darkened everything up and almost makes that metallic almost gray in a way? All right. Look at my boy. See, now I'm getting excited because, you know, just looking at him. Now I'm going to take some Dragonov Nightshade. What are we going to do with that, Rob? That's right. We're going to hit those blue areas. Now, look what this does. Look at this nice wash does. Going to get in there, and we're going to work it in there. And I'm not too worried about hitting anything else because we're going to dry brush over all this stuff. That's right, we sure are. And pretty easy, gets right in there. Camera bouncing around. I'm not worried about the base because I already figured out what am I doing here. Oh, okay, there we go. Hey, look, we actually got it in frame. And I'm just taking that. Now I don't want that to pull up too much. Not too much, but look at the depth. And I'm getting in between there. There we go. And just working that in there. Just make it, see, I see it pull a little bit. That's all right. That's all right. Now you could let this dry and you probably could have got away with this. You really could. It would be a nice figure. He would have looked pretty cool. I mean, look at him right there. Hold on. I'm going to freeze it for a second. There we go. No, didn't. Okay, there we go. You could have just let this dry, and you would have had a nice figure to play right on the board. Boom, bang, and off and running. Nothing too complicated. You saw it was just a lot of base stuff, and boom. Hey, let me show you how to take it a little bit further, folks. So I'm showing it off. I'm looking at it, seeing if I missed anything, thinking about any of the things that I wanted to do, how I wanted to go forward with this. And yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. And hopefully I can keep this in camera here. Now, let's just go back a little bit here. Here we go. So I'm going to freeze this right here. This here, look what it says right here. It says dry. Blurry, but it says dry. Kazor Kenmore, doing well, Rob. Any chance of doing all the minis they have given you, or another in detail the gameplay? I did not get a demo kit. I got a couple of figures. Everybody else that was doing it got a demo kit. I think I have one more figure, to be honest with you, and I kind of made a story out of everything that I did here. So there you go. So we're going to take some of this dry rack white, and I really liked how this looked. So now I put a little on my brush. It's a dry paint, and I'm just wiping it off as much as I possibly can. And I'm trying to be very careful, because you really see how I really take care. And I am just going to barely touch over this. See, I'm going to go over that. And I'm going to go, well, the ankles I can go a little thicker. Now, you got to forgive me because of the way I had to make sure I checked it. But you see what that does? Look what I'm doing. Now I'm just picking up the very high spots of the fur and really making that work. Look how beautiful he starts to come to life right here. And this is when I get excited, because I just look at him and I go, oh yeah, because you're unsure. I go, can I get away with this? Yeah, and then as the paint starts coming off, I can go a little bit harder. But at the beginning, you want to go very light, very, very, very light. And I'm just kind of looking at all this wonderful fur and skin that he has, and what I want to do with it, and how I want to make him come to life. And I'm just pulling a little bit more of that off there, but I'm being very, very careful in what I do here. See, that was just a little bit too much, but I'm not too worried because I can work that around. There we go. And that's exactly what we're doing. And here comes Gabby as the queen enters in and is invading the freezer for some reason. No, it's okay. Damn, we are the most unprofessional live podcast around. I know, it's okay. It's all right. Queen made an appearance. Max Scoof, how are you, my friend? Now look. Now watch how light I decide to go. I know I have very little on there, but I just want to get that neck area, because that really sells a point there. Get his ear. There you go. Work that in there. There we go. And I don't have a lot on my brush, so now I can really start working and grinding that in there. And I'm going, yeah, okay. I can work with this. I could still work with this. And flipping the brush around, working a little bit more on. And you see that we're keeping the detail that we want. Coming to the other side of the face. Perfect. That's all I want to do. I want to start putting some depth. And you can see the depth coming out. And in the features. And now you get to see what a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful sculpt this is. Absolutely wonderful, wonderful. And the imagination to come up with this is just absolutely fantastic. Do you ever have your brush kit list anywhere? I never done minis. With these videos, I'm feeling like maybe I can. Maybe at the end of the video, you can have a list of paints and brushes. Well, I show each paint on the thing. Now, look at what I'm doing over the knuckles there. The brushes are just Hobby Lobby brushes. They're usually oh God, what the heck are the names of these? Hold on, maybe the name's on here. Fine Touch. And I will buy the cheap $7 pack of about 7 things because I go through so many brushes because I paint so many miniatures. I do have some nice brushes, some Army Painter brushes, some GW brushes. Oh wow, look at that! Wasn't that a little fancy? Okay, so as you can see, I just let me, before we go back here, I want to stop it right there. I'm taking these brushes because I really use some of these cheaper brushes to really grind this in there. What's the difference between dry and wet? Well, it's a little thicker, and it helps out. Wet paint is just your basic paint, and you just when you want a dry brush, you take as much off the brush as you can without taking it all off or washing your brush, and then going over figure and hitting the high points, and that's where you're going to get some good detail. Like in this section right here, right there. Take a look at that. Now, we had very little paint on this brush, and we were able to keep the underneath color and the wash that we put on. Okay. And see how it starts to really look like real fur. And now it starts to bring depth to our guy here. Now, here, right there is a Rune Fang steel. It's a very, very light metallic, but watch how it brings everything to life. I take a little off, and I'm barely going to go. I do not want to scrub this in because then it's going to ruin everything that I wanted to accomplish. And look how that metal comes to life. Look how that comes to life. Now all of a sudden you have that metallic feel. And I'm just going to continually go over it. Now he has this air of battle scars and old armor, and look at that. Not hitting it too hard, just really just taking my time and working it in there. Thanks, Helen. Look at that. Look how it all works together. See? And you just take your time with this, and you could do so much. Look. See how we went over that metallic, and we're just hitting all his armor, his high points, and really see how, now watch. I have very little on there, but just enough, and it keeps that depth, and that's what we're looking to do. Yeah, we're going to try to get the little buckle there. There we go, because we've got very little paint on there. Now look, I'm just taking that brush, and now it feels metallic. It really does. It has this really wonderful metallic feel now. Actually put a little bit. And I'm going to take the smaller brush, and I'm going to go back over there. And it's just that little bit of starting really dark and working your way out really gives you this feel that this battle axe has seen some battles, you know? Yeah, this thing's been there, you know? Been there, done that. Chop this dude, chop that dude. There we go. And we're just going to tickle that in there. Perfect. Exactly what we want. Exactly what we were going for. We're going to... There we go. And we actually almost stayed in screen for the entire part of this segment. And we're going to... Now, very little. Taking it off. Making it... You know, I'm just using what is on the paper there. Look at that. Look at that. Right there. Absolutely fantastic. It really just makes it come to life. Makes our big boy come to life, and that's all we're trying to do. Boom. We want, because he's getting ready to take on that dude. And honestly, just fantastic. Wonderful. And then I finally go, well, yeah, let's go all the way across. I like that. That's how it worked for me. Boom. Really like how that worked. And we're working there. And we got a little on that blue there, but don't worry. We get it off. I think I did. Now, I'm going to take some skink blue. Alright. And what I'm going to do with that is I'm just going to kind of highlight some of those areas there. Because now I want to kind of And I see that little bit there, and I'm going to grind it in there. Boink. I actually paint over it, so it's not on the actual figure here. And all I want to do is just give some depth, give some shadow. He doesn't have to be in frame for this part, because basically we're just, and all I'm doing is just edging all that wonderful cloth there, just so I can give it a little bit of depth there, a little bit of depth. That's all we want to do. That's all I want to do. Really want him to just stand out strong there. Yeah, work it in there. Work it, work it, work it, work it. Because what we're doing is we're creating depth and shadow. Depth and shadow is half the thing. And look at him. Look how awesome that sculpt is. Forget the paint job. Just look at the bear and how awesome this bear is. What's the next thing we're going to do here? Okay, we're going to take a... What are we doing, Rob? Oh, I believe we're going to take some ceramic white. Yeah, you could. I didn't edit this. Probably should have edited this a little bit. Actually, this part here shouldn't even be in this. Okay. That's all right. Yeah, okay. This shouldn't even be in this. All right, there we go. That was a little segment that I filmed and I forgot to edit out. Whoops. Can't have everything, folks. So I did take some ceramic white and I just lightly went over him. Yeah, I was out of frame for that and it was just too late to repaint it. And then what I did is I took some Ushabi bone here and I went over this just a hair.
What text?
And then finally, you know, with
I've been doing. Did you
there,
see all the packages I packed
you
up?
can see the Ushabi bone that I went over with because I was off video.
I'm sorry.
So
I don't even have my phone on.
Do everything. And of course, I'm annoyed with myself. But
Can you help me carry in the microwave later?
in the final
Where is it?
moments
It's in the
here,
car. Don't touch me now. It's just
I'm
sitting
going
in
to
the car.
show you
No, it's alright. I'm gonna be between
the
things.
tree, I believe. Is the tree in here? Yes.
Whoa, I'm
Hold
telling
on.
you something. I don't think, at least in that situation, I don't think I could ever.
What am I doing? Yeah, okay. I didn't put everything in this.
Trailer like that.
Believe it or not, that's pretty funny. Okay, so anyways. Oh boy. Let's go up top. Yeah, those last two segments were supposed to be cut out, so I'll edit this out. But anyways, so what I want to show you now is actually we have the guy right here. Let's see if I can do it this way. Hold on. Oh. Let's come in this way a bit. All right. But. Let's see if we can get the aviar. Okay, there we go. And what we're going to do is we're going to show the big fella here. All right, there we go. Let's move this over. See, we have cameras that move. That's what makes us cool. Well, for now. All right, let's see if it'll focus. Yes. All right, there we go. So all you want to do, and that's all we wanted to do. I took the ceramic white, and I know I had to point this out a certain way. It's so funny. There's an echo discussion between you and the queen coming through. Oh, okay. Hold on. I'll fix it. Oh, boy. And that... Oh, okay. Shouldn't come through now. All right. The same guy every time with the thumbs down. What an idiot. Gutless. Gutless. So anyways. Alright, there we go. I don't think there should be... Okay, yeah, that's off. Yeah, okay, I got all the sounds off. So we should be alright. Alright, it's gone now. Cool, alright. But getting back... Let me just pull this up. Okay, there we go. All right, was about a 30-second clip. Oh well, I'll take it out at some point, but I'm not going to worry about it. Here's what we got, and that's exactly what we wanted to do. I wanted to show you some of the white here and here, and we took the ceramic white and we really built the bear out a bit. And look at this. There we go. All right. So you can see where that skink really worked, and how we did everything there. The other thing I wanted to show you was what I did for this so far. Okay, and we're gonna back out here a little bit. Oh, come on, come on. There we go. All right, so the reason I went with this gray is this is just this is just primer on here. One of the things that I wanted to do is we're going to tell the story. So now we're going to build that diorama. Okay, so what we're going to actually do here is I'm going to take and we're going to make this kind of almost birchy in a way. And there's a reason for it, because there's a story that we're going to tell with the diorama that we're going to build. Okay, it's going to be a 1 foot by 1 foot diorama. Let me see if I can move this real quick. We got Death May Die all over the place here. And the best thing about having a camera that moves is we can see what we're going for. So the idea here is this bear is, the war bear is, well, can we get in camera, not like a painting? Okay, there we go. So the war bear, and the way I want to build this is like this. And he's coming this way. He's defending this way. And we're going to have this beautiful diorama that you're going to be able to see. How about if I do it like the way I had planned it? Okay. Like this. This tree needs to be over here a little bit more. And I'm doing something special with this landscape. So we're going to be building this like this, and it's going to be framed. And what I want to do, bringing him in a little bit, he is defending this tree. This is a sacred, mystic tree. And when I'm done with this tree, you're going to see what I'm talking about, because it's going to have some kind of power. And he has been corrupting the land as he has gone searching for this tree, and the last defender of the tree is, yes, our war bear, and he will sacrifice himself at great lengths to defend what is right, the goodness of Oathsworn and the Deepwood. And that is the premise I came up with. Now I'll tell you the story as we build it that I came up with in my head. You know, it's just something that I wanted to build a beautiful diorama, and I wanted to use this tree and everything else to have this all come together and tell this wonderful story that I can't, cockamamie story that I built up in my head. And I think I'll build this, and either I will keep it for myself because it means something, or we will auction it off for charity. I don't know. We'll think of something. That's for doggone sure. So there you go. There is our wonderful war bear and all the wonderful things that go. Smash that like button for me. I tell you, this one guy that, Game Line, you were somebody I need to get a hold of, by the way. Thank you so much. Excited about being a backer for this and having a great painting video to reference. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And every dollar counts. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. So there you have it. I mean, really simple, but really tells, these miniatures tell a story. And I've got something in my head that I want to do, and I really think that we can do something really special. Game Line, thank you so much. The third part here, I think next week, because I'm already ahead on videos for Cthulhu Death May Die, and I like to get a couple out before it drops retail. We have I think I'm ahead 3 videos, honestly. You guys want to see some of the figures here? I know this is an Oathsworn thing, but this is Oathsworn, but these are, I'm telling you right now, I really, if you have a chance to get this game. This has been some of the most fun I had in painting in a long time. Excellent paint. Glad I saw you were live. Well, thank you, Max. I have to head to work. Keep up the good. Keep it up, Rob. Looks awesome. Thank you so much. You're so kind. You guys really are. And here are a couple guys that I did. If you don't have Instagram, I mean, these guys are just disgusting. Look at this dude. I mean, really, come on now. I mean, really. And then underneath here, I only got like 4 guys left to do. And I'm just going to show you the kind of cannon fodder. And here we go. We got all these dudes all done, and I'll show you how to paint those. It's all, the video's already done, and we'll be taking a look at how to paint all this wonderful stuff. I mean, there's something going on. This game here, I know this isn't about this game right now, but I can tell you one thing. This is close to replacing some of my Cthulhu games. I really mean that. Can't wait to see the rest. I have to head to work. Okay, excellent paint. Glad I saw you were live. Thank you so much. I love this format. It works so well. Yeah, if I can keep in the thing. Awesome paint job. Whoa, nice cultist. Well, thank you very much. So, really just, I'm just finishing up the heroes here. Those nobody cared about, so I picked out some certain things from it. I'll have those finished, and then I think I got like 4 more figures and we're done with it. But I like to sneak a video in there next week, and then because it's actually a painting video, and then the diorama part will be a video sometime in during the week. So because it becomes a project, not painting. So you'll see some really neat stuff. I really am excited about it. It's the last part. You'll see it here and on Board Game Geek. Tomorrow we're doing a mashup to catch up, because for some reason we had a problem last week with YouTube where I couldn't get into Board Game Geek. I thought they fired me finally. And then I was going to have to take down this really cool shirt that I keep. But no, it was just a glitch with YouTube, so we did not have a painting show last week. But we are doing Oathsworn tomorrow, and I'll talk a little bit more, and then we'll look at the frame. There's going to be bonus coverage, and I'll cut that end section out. And so I'm going to do a double video tomorrow. So if you want to check it out, if you missed anything, or if you come up and you think you have some questions that you want to talk about concerning what we're doing here, and I will show you exactly what I have planned for next week or the following week. Whew. There you go. I said it all. I did it all. I hope you enjoyed this. I love this new format. It makes it easier for me to talk with you guys and to really get some painting in. It's quicker, it's more efficient, and we keep everything nice and tight when we're not drifting off the camera, which we're in the infancy of this. So you're going to see some live playthroughs that we're going to do the same thing, and I really am excited on how we are going to do this. So the third part is now we have the wonderful figures all painted up, except for the tree. We have to finish up some things with the tree. But now how do we tell this story? How do we tell this story? And maybe you guys see it and come up with something else. So that's another thing. What is your opinion on sun dropping figures? I don't know what that is, Marcus. Sun dropping figures? I'm not a great painter. I'm just very average at best, and this is just something I've done for 30 years, and I enjoy. I don't think I'm that good, so I don't know a lot of things, that's for sure. So listen, we've said it all, we've done it all. I don't know what more I can tell you. Check me out tomorrow at 4 o'clock, I believe it is, on Board Game Geek TV. Yes, Board Game Geek TV. We are doing the best. And we've got a new segment coming up on Board Game Geek. It's just primer and wash. Okay. I know what you're talking about. Dipping figures and stuff like that. For me, if it were, sometimes if you look at some of the figures, especially, I'm going to answer that question, Marcus, because I do have an opinion here on it. If you look at a game like, the Judge Dredd game that just came out, and I love the game too. It's from Martin Wallace. Or Wildlands. There we go. Woo! Over the head. I love Wildlands. Okay? And one of the best things about it is all they do is just put a wash over the figures. It really works very, very well. And I like it. I think I looked at him, I go, wow, there's a lot of detail here. You could just leave it like this. For me, I like the colors. Okay, if I have something in my head and I look at it, I think looking at them that way makes me want to paint them even more. There you go. Helter Skelter. Yes, Helen, thank you. So looking at those make me want to paint them even more. Sun dropping was also an option on the Nemesis Kickstarter Aliens. That's supposed to go to retail soon. I'm looking forward to maybe trying to get my hands on that, Johnny. And Johnny Jumbo, welcome, by the way. And Andy, good to see you. For me, I like to finish I feel when I see that, I almost want to finish the job. I think it's fine. I think it's great for people that don't like to paint. I think it really, really, Osprey Games is the publisher, but Awakening Realms does them to their figures. Oh, Awakening Realms. Okay, yeah. I think it works really well for people that don't paint, and I think it adds a little depth and gives you a little bit more of a feel. For me, I paint, I see it, I want to paint. There you go. Tainted Grail is now shipping. Oh, very cool. That's a game I hope I can get my hands on at some point. But if it's more than 2 or 3 players, it's just not going to see this table, unfortunately, unless I start changing things a little bit. But we're going to be doing some really great things. So there you go. We've covered everything. A lot of fun. Let me make sure there's no more questions. I like it because it saves me a step. It sure does. Sure does. Yeah, you don't have to prime them. I did that with the Judge Dredd figures. I didn't have to prime them, and it made things a lot easier. And it actually helped me pull out a lot of detail. I really like it. So we're getting ready to do this. Next week is going to be a lot of fun. Tomorrow you're going to see some of the preliminary stuff, so I think you'll really enjoy that. And there you go. I said it all. We've done it all. It's always such a joy to spend some time with you guys. I love you all. You know that. It's solos as well. Well, okay, now I got to get it. So I hope you enjoyed this. And of course, as you know, tomorrows are never guaranteed. We've got some big announcements. I've just got to figure when to announce them. Right now, we've got the holidays coming up. We've got a lot of projects that we're working on. We've got War and Pieces up to Gazoo. We've got live Crowbar coming. We've got our review of Death May Die. We've got Black. Oh, here's nothing that we have coming very soon that we're going to be painting. Yes. We're going to be painting this on Board Game Geek TV coming up. We try to do all the new stuff so you guys get a feel for all kinds of things and have some fun. Until next time, it is your very old pal, and I do mean very old. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow on Board Game Geek. And as always, subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Hit the like button, and as always, we will see you soon. Go easy, everybody. Now I'm supposed to hang here for a moment. for the thing to catch up, Helen says. Helen says, hold on. Hold on. My wall is hurting. So is mine. Love you all. See you soon.